Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. I am just taking out my toasted or roasted pecans. I roasted them on 350 for maybe about 7 minutes. You just have to watch them to make sure that they don't burn. But we have about a cup of our pecans, and today we're making this apple bread with cinnamon pecan crunch. And I found this from, it was a site called Small Town Woman, and I'm really looking for, I'm wanting to do some fall recipes. So when I think about fall, of course there's apples and pumpkins and sweet potatoes. So this was one I wanted to try. We do have some fall desserts, of course, cakes and pound cakes that will be coming up. So for those of you that have been, you know, missing the pound cakes, we've got you. Okay, we've got you. So we're gonna try this pecan apple bread with cinnamon pecan crunch. You saw me dicing up my apples. I need about 2 cups. It does not take long for the apples to start browning once they're out. It doesn't matter to me. I wasn't trying to use anything like lemon juice to stop them from browning because we're getting ready to bake them inside the bread. Okay, so it doesn't matter to me. I just don't think it's necessary to stop that browning process. It's obvious, honey, I have more than 2 cups of apples, so that's something good to snack on. That's good. I'm using the Fuji. I love a Fuji apple. A Fuji apple is going to give you a little bit more sweetness than the Granny Smith. You can use Granny Smith apples, but like Fuji apples and maybe Pink Ladies, they're going to give you a little bit more sweetness. And y'all know we like sweet over here. And Fuji apples are just the kind of apples that I enjoy eating. So these are the kinds of apples that I always buy. All right. Now this recipe does not call for any type of glaze or anything, but y'all know that dude number 1 of mine, aka my husband, he's gonna want some kind of drizzle. So I will probably have one, do a little drizzle and set it to the side just in case he doesn't mention it, but knowing him, he will. Okay, so let me go with my ingredients. Make sure I have everything pulled up just in case I forget something. The ingredients are always listed in the description box of the video. Okay. We'll start with 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And in here I have 2½ teaspoons of cinnamon, which is right here. I have 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and it's right here. I have 1/4 teaspoon of salt, that's right here by the nutmeg. I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, that's right here. Okay, so everything is in this one little container. Now I'm going to mix it in this, so I'm going to go on and pour it in here. I just wanted you to see that I had all of those spices and stuff in there. Okay, we'll be using 3/4 cups of regular sugar. I have 2 large eggs that are room temperature that I've already cracked. I have 2 tablespoons of applesauce. And you guys, I had some cinnamon applesauce, so that's what I'm using. You can use the plain applesauce. That is fine. I have 1/3 cup of vegetable oil here. And then we're going to add I don't want to say 1 teaspoon. The recipe says 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I know I'm going to add more, okay? I always do. And then, like I say, the 2 cups of our finely chopped apples. I have 1 cup, I know I've mentioned it again, but still, 1 cup of my toasted pecans. And then we're going to sprinkle some sugar and cinnamon on the top. And like I say, honey, I'm going to go on and have the little sidebar of glaze. So when he gets his slice, I can drizzle some glaze over his slice. Okay? So I think that's everything. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I'll be using this loaf pan. If by chance it's a little too much for the loaf pan, then I'll put a little bit in the muffin pan. Okay? And we're going to start off by mixing our dry stuff together, and then we're going to add the wet. And this is a quick, simple, easy recipe. Alright? Of course, I have thoroughly washed my hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. Okay, I'm going to put my dry ingredients back over here because I want to start with my wet ingredients, and I need this larger bowl to get it mixed up. The wet ingredients plus the sugar, okay? So we have our 3/4 cups of sugar, our 1/3 cup vegetable oil, our 2 large eggs, our 2 tablespoons of applesauce, then we'll add our vanilla. Like I say, I'm going to add more than a teaspoon. You know, it's probably closer to a tablespoon. And then we're going to mix all of this up. I like to try to break up my egg yolks too, and then get it mixed up. Make sure you mix long enough to make sure you get those eggs thoroughly mixed in. All right. Okay. Now back to our dry ingredients. And we're just going to add it in. We're going to add our apples, and we're only adding about half of our pecans. And for the pecans that we have left, so I won't forget, I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon. I don't want to forget to do this, so we're going to do this now. I'm just going to sprinkle some cinnamon. We're going to add a little sugar. And this recipe doesn't call for any brown sugar, but I want some brown sugar. Just a little bit of brown sugar in here as well. It just seems like it needs some brown sugar somewhere. I was surprised there wasn't any in the recipe, so maybe about a teaspoon. About a teaspoon of brown sugar. We're going to fold this in, mix only enough to get everything incorporated. You don't want to over mix. We're not trying to get this mixture smooth. We want everything moistened. Make sure you go up under the bottom of your bowl too, so you won't have any dry ingredients left at the bottom. Yeah, I love recipes like this when I don't have to pull out my mixer. It reminds me of oatmeal. That's how it looks. Okay. You guys, look at that. Doesn't that look good? So now we will spray our pan with some Baker's Joy. Baker's Joy acting like it doesn't want to come out. Let me switch cans. See if this one is better. Okay. All right. Okay, we're not going to need the muffin pan. Can y'all see? Because this loaf pan took every bit of this batter. Okay, and now we're going to take the rest of our mixture of pecans and sugar and brown sugar and just sprinkle it on the top. Alright, so now we're going in 350 degrees. We're going to bake for about 55 minutes or so, maybe an hour. You want to bake long enough to where when you insert the toothpick that it comes out pretty clean. Okay? If there's just barely a little bit of something on the toothpick, you're fine, but if it's totally wet when you take it out, we're not ready. Okay, so I'm gonna set my timer for 50 minutes, but as usual, I will always let you know how long it baked in my oven when I take it out. Well, I'm glad I checked early because it only took about 40 minutes to bake. Isn't that pretty? So we're gonna sit up here and cool. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make just a little bit of a glaze, a drizzle for my dough number one. I'm not measuring because I really just want to make a little bit, okay? The key to making a drizzle or a glaze is not adding too much liquid. I normally like to make my glazes or drizzles using a coffee creamer. Sometimes I use just a regular milk, but most of the time I like to do a coffee creamer because of course it gives it flavor. So today I'm in the mood for this southern butter pecan, and I just need just a little bit to make my glaze. I'm using, I have to remember, everybody may not know what I just poured in there. Powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, and I just poured a little bit in this measuring cup. I'm gonna add a little drop of a little bit of my vanilla extract. And again, remember the key is do not add too much liquid, because if you add too much liquid, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be too watery or too liquidy, too loose, if you will. And then you'll have to add more powdered sugar to compensate, okay? I usually like to start off with making my glaze thick in the beginning, because that way it helps me get it smoother. Like I say, add a little bit of liquid at a time because it's easier to keep adding, as opposed to you start off, you've added too much, and then you're going to have to add more powdered sugar. And I said I was doing a little bit, honey. He's going to need a little bit more. He's going to need a little bit more than this. But do you see how thick it is? Like I said, I like to start off with it really thick, because it makes it easy. You see how quick I've gotten that smooth? I never use a mixer for this because there's no need, in my opinion. It's a great arm workout. There's just a little bit of this powdered sugar. We're going to go on and put the rest of this in here. Like I say, I'm not going to say anything about a glaze in the beginning, or a drizzle, or some type of icing. Now, I've said before, we don't like no dry cake. We don't like dry cakes. I prefer a cake with some icing too, but this is a bread. So I was trying not to do a drizzle, but I just already know he's going to be more apt to eat it and taste it if I have it drizzled with something. A little something. Alright, you guys, you see just that quick we have a glaze. If I had had more powdered sugar, I would have really been whipping it, trying to get it smooth, but I didn't do it a little bit. Look at this. See how creamy and smooth it is, okay? So easy to do. Just do not overdo it with your liquid. If by chance you add too much liquid, then you're just going to have to add more powdered sugar. And sometimes when you really add too much liquid, it seems like it takes so much powdered sugar to get it to the consistency where you can really, you know, see it coming together and getting smooth. So if by chance, like, this consistency is not thin enough for you, add just a little bit more liquid. And if you don't want it this loose, then back off the liquid until you get it to your desired consistency. Alright. Now this is gonna sit here a little bit, so it's gonna thicken up a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna sit it in the microwave. I'm just sitting it in the microwave because I don't want it to sit out uncovered. That's the only reason I'm putting it in the microwave. Not to turn the microwave on, okay? I just don't want it to sit out uncovered and didn't want to get anything to cover it up. So that's the way. That's what we use the microwave for. Speaking of which, when my husband was doing the breakfast the other day, and he fixed the bacon when he was doing my sandwich, he fixed the bacon, and somebody made a comment. That dude pulled a tin pan out of the microwave, but he didn't have the microwave on after he fixed the bacon. He just put it in the microwave so it would be covered and wouldn't just be sitting out in the open. But that was fun, you know. He wasn't even ready to turn on the microwave, y'all. I wonder if, I wish I could get this to come out of this loaf pan. Maybe I can, I think I can dump it out like I do my cakes. Probably need to let it cool first, but we'll see. We'll let it keep cooling. And then we'll see. I may have loosened it enough to where I can dump it out. What am I looking for? Oh. Okay, y'all. I was able to just flip it right on out. Look at here. Look at here. Isn't it pretty? Yo, I promise y'all, he gonna be like, okay, where the ice in that or something. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be so good. Ooh-wee. Okay. Well, I have the icing ready, or the drizzle, if he says something. You not on the camera. Why you looking like that? I'm looking like. I'm looking like what? What's that? I knew he was gonna say, "What's that?" Maybe when you put your hand on it, makes your face dark.
Man, I'm just saying, man. You this.
Why you have to look? Don't do that.
Surprise me, cause I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't looking in my favor, babe. I'm just, what is it?
You just, ooh, you get on my nerves.
I mean, ain't no glaze and that make it shiny or something.
That's what I'm talking about. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew. Listen, didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you?
Oh, okay.
It doesn't call for.
I'm gonna put me some.
The recipe, it doesn't call for glaze.
What
it's
is
not
it?
Glaze.
What is it?
You just so like you
that look like a cake granola bar.
A granola bar cake.
A granola bar cake. It look like a granola cake.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
You get something. You always got to have some glaze.
Just paint it, babe. Paint it on there. Paint it. Just.
Didn't I tell y'all?
Yeah, but I tell you.
That's why I went on ahead and made some, because I knew you was gonna say something.
I just can't like it. I just can't like it, everybody.
You always got to want a glaze.
But what is it?
You gonna tell me? Y'all, that's it with the glaze.
That helped it so much.
You can. I'm gonna let y'all see the inside in a second.
Let me see it. It's got a good smell to it. You know what?
Back there sniffing like you a little puppy.
I can smell the roasted.
What you smell?
The roasted. I can smell the roasted nuts on it.
Okay, roasted nuts.
I
Okay,
can smell
sir.
that. Okay, girl. Okay.
You probably don't want the end piece.
I don't want the end piece because I'm gonna tell you. Help me out
I
with it.
cannot with you. More glaze, huh? You just hey, why does everything have to be
This
sweet?
for the team, babe. I'm just doing this for the team, but you gotta get glaze on.
That's enough.
That's enough glaze. That's enough. Thank you.
Just Lord, everything gotta be sweet. And I told him, I said he gonna want a glaze.
I can do this. I can do this.
Look, y'all. Let me slide this
Can't
piece.
say it is.
Wait, you know what? I'm trying to show y'all the inside. Ooh.
It's moist.
Is it moist? I was looking for. What did I do with my? Oh, there it is. It's fallish, isn't it? Is it good? Is it good? That's what the inside look like. Tell me what it tastes like, then I'll tell you.
Banana nut bread.
Is that what it reminds you of?
I can taste the cinnamon in here.
Can you?
And the nuts, I can taste them. Really have. This definitely
I
have
know
a
I'm trying
taste.
to give y'all a close up. It's an apple bread with a cinnamon pecan crunch. So it has apples in it, not
it's good.
banana. Is it good?
I'm saying right now.
Okay.
It's good, because I thought looking at it before the glass, it looked like a tree.
You thought you was gonna eat a granola bar?
It looked like a granola
Let me
bar.
see.
It's good. It is really moist. What's this name? An apple fritter.
Oh, that is so good.
This is good.
It's an apple bread with the cinnamon pecan crunch. This
Apple cinnamon pecan crunch.
apple bread, isn't it good?
Yes,
With
bread
the
apple.
cinnamon
Just
pecan.
bread and apples with pecans and cinnamon.
This is so good. Look at that pecan right there, y'all. Look.
This is soft and moist.
It's good. If you enjoy banana nut bread,
This is
but it has apples in it.
it tastes good too.
And it's probably so moist because it has 2 cups of apples. Y'all, that is good. That is delicious.
This is good. Really, for real.
I was trying to think of some fall recipes to do. I'm trying to see, is that an apple or is that a, no, that's a nut. Y'all, this is delicious. Isn't that you? Talking about a granola bar cake.
It just looked like wood shavings when I first seen it. But now, baby, it tastes good.
It tastes good.
That's really good.
That's good.
That's good.
I was waiting on you to say something. I was waiting on you to say, sir, why you bother my piece? Baby, don't take my end. That's the end piece.
Okay.
Get the inside.
I don't want the
So,
inside.
because you want the end? Well, say no.
No, just, no.
Is that no?
You can have the paint. I don't want yours.
No, it's
I don't
fine.
want yours, huh? Okay, just give me yours.
Wait a minute, y'all. Let me eat one more little piece. Let me see if I need some glaze on
You
mine.
need some glaze.
I need some glaze. This is good.
Really good. That's good. And that ain't calling for no ice cream. That's calling for like some
Coffee? That's what I was waiting on.
coffee. If you're a coffee drinker,
I know, that's what I was waiting on you to say.
if you're a coffee drinker, it's gonna ask for some coffee. But I don't drink coffee, so I need some Kool-Aid.
Ooh, that is good, good, good.
That's real good. Okay, it fooled me. I have to give him that.
And it really is good with the glaze.
Yeah, it is really, yeah. That's good. That's really good. Man, I was slice this little thing down to eat. Now, this is a good thing.
Oh, that is good, y'all.
That's really good.
If you like a bread,
That's really good. Now, I'm not kidding with that. That's really good right there.
oh, that is delicious.
That's that piece of cake that kids will look at.
It's not a cake, baby. It's a bread.
Bread. What you mean?
I told you, it's an apple bread. It's a bread. That's why it's in a loaf pan.
The cake is bread. They're the same thing. They made the same ingredients. So that's one of those, well, the bread that the kid gonna think is a cake, and that's why you won't be able to keep all of it, because the kid's gonna eat your cake bread.
Well, you know, but a lot of kids don't eat pecans.
What kids we talking about?
Your kids don't eat pecan. Can I get this little bunker?
No, you cannot, Donna. You can't touch it like that. You don't eat your piece. All you gonna eat, babe. I'm helping you.
And then what you gonna do? You supposed to take all of it to work?
Yeah, I'm gonna take some. Listen, that right there is good.
That's delicious.
I need to link with some of y'all and help. And look, I want to link up with some of y'all because I'm sick and tired of giving my co-workers all this. So I need to link with some of y'all so that you guys can help me take and distribute it. Don't cut no more. You already don't cut it at congruent angles.
I can cut how I want to cut it.
I know you can, babe, but it looked like, you know.
Anyway.
You need to,
if you enjoyed the video,
you need to,
please give it a thumbs up.
What thing? You need, what's the thing? A T.
If you've not subscribed,
when you are beginning to hit the nosy.
Please consider doing so.
Hit the nosy.
By turning on that notification bell.
Hit the nosy.
That's a hit the nosy. That way you'll be notified whenever we're over here doing all the things. Y'all, it's time for all of these fall recipes. Yes. And I'm excited. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, somebody mentioned, did I get an email? Somebody mentioned me doing a sweet potato pie with eggnog. Eggnog getting out yet, so I don't think I can do that in my series right now.
What is eggnog made out of?
Eggnog. Well, it's got the real eggnog has alcohol in it, doesn't it?
Well, like the kind of alcohol you drink? Alcohol?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the eggnog isn't out yet, so I was trying to see if I could do another sweet potato pie before I do the grand finale. I've had eggnog before, but no, I think like the kind I buy out of the grocery store doesn't have alcohol in it.
Well, then why do they have to have a pound of alcohol? Can you make the kind that's in the store?
I don't know.
Try to make some eggnog. How about that, y'all? We make our own eggnog.
I feel like I did pull something up and it has alcohol in it, so I'm not even making it.
That's a person that they extreme eggnoggers. So I can tell you right now, they extreme. So we don't have to have alcohol in the house.
All right, y'all.
It's good, guys. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again
next time.
Bye.